Easter is nearly upon us, and you're probably thinking, what am I going to cook for Easter? Well, here's a great tip. Why not roast some pork? Here is a beautiful piece of pork. This is a leg of pork that I've had my butcher score the outside for me and then tie it up. A little bit of seasoning on the inside. I've asked him for the recipe, but he keeps it a secret. Now, the trick with pork, when you get it from the butcher or the supermarket, is to make sure it's scored, and this one's been scored. And what I mean is they've just run a sharp knife over the skin to make sure the fat comes out of it and it crisps up. Another trick is to take it out of the plastic at least a day before you want to roast it. Take it out of the plastic and put it back in the fridge on a plate. Now you can see the skin becomes nice and dry on the outside. That's really important because that will help you give a really, really good crackle on the outside. And I'll show you what I mean. The bottom here I left on the plate so you could see this is pretty moist. It's not going to crackle as well. So letting it dry out like that is exactly what you want. Now all you need to do is preheat your oven at 230 degrees Celsius. Rub some oil and salt on the outside of this, bung it into the oven. Cook it at 230 degrees for about 25 minutes. The crackle will form on the outside and then turn it down to 170 degrees. Now, in the old days, to check the pork, we used to get a metal skewer like this, pop it into the middle and then check it on our bottom lip, and when it's hot, it's ready to go. Now that's the old days, and a few old chefs taught me that one. This is what we use now, a digital thermometer. I know that if I pop this in the center of the pork and it gets to 72 degrees Celsius, that's right, 72 degrees Celsius, that way my pork will be cooked to perfection, nice and moist and juicy, and all I need to do is rest it for about half an hour, take the string off it because the string's tough and not very nice to eat, and then carve into it. That's it. Beautiful pork for Easter. What could be wrong with that? Have a look at that. Nice and crunchy, and you can tell that crackling is nice and thick. I'm just going to peel this back off here. Look at that. That's why we love pork. That's why it's the perfect thing to eat. Now I'm lucky my 3 teenage boys are upstairs, but I reckon when they hear that crunch, they'll be downstairs pretty quickly. This is delicious.